Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to do a chit chat, get ready with me, all kinds of goodies that I have here to use. There's also a Pat McGrath sale going on, so I'm going to use a palette that I don't normally pull out. So we'll be using this pretty Utopian Dream palette today. So if you want to just chit chat for a while, get ready with me, let's do it. I'm going to be using some current beauty faves, my Pat McGrath palette, like I said in the intro. And then I wanted to show you guys this because I thought this was so cool. I never get those point perk gifts at Sephora, but I was in Sephora the other day. This was a 500 point perk. And the reason that I got it was generally all of this stuff looks good, but this Charlotte Tilbury spray here, it is the full size mini spray that sells for $22 along with this other stuff in here. So I grabbed it. I should have grabbed two, but you know, whatever. I always like to save my points for the 2,500 point $100 Sephora gift card. But look, it's got a full-on mini size of the Charlotte Tilbury spray, which is my holy grail. I've never tried the Shiseido lash serum, but I'm testing it out, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. And then I also got a mini of the Pore Minimizer from Makeup Forever. I don't think I've ever used this primer before, so let's just give it a try. Cute little size. It is summer. I'm in Dallas, so of course, is this an eye primer or a face primer? It says smoothing base. Well, it's pore minimizing, so I don't think it's for your eyes. Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit here on my T-zone, which is where I have the largest pores. Ooh. Definitely very smoothing right off the bat. We'll see how it is for oil production, but Makeup Forever generally has pretty good products. Dude, this thing is like crazy pore blurring. It almost gives like a powder finish. We'll see if it lasts, but at first glance, it looks really good. Dude, you guys, I'm kind of shocked. My pores are literally gone. We'll see if it lasts or if it does any oil controlling, which it doesn't promise to do that here, but we'll see. 24-hour pore minimizing effect, instrumental test on 20 subjects. Wow. Okay. Visibly smooths the skin and diminishes the appearance of pores. All right, Makeup Forever. Let's see how it bears out all day. I just got done showering, doing my hair, did a little boxing workout with my husband in the garage. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, he has been working on his USA boxing certifications that helps certify him as a boxing coach, but then also he has a certifications he needs to be a boxing coach or a corner coach for like Olympic sized competitions. I don't know. Anyway, this is the beauty that I'm going to use today. Don't come for me because it's dirty, I know, but this is a palette I don't normally use, and lately I've been in more of like the softer looks. So I wanted to pull it out and show you guys. Pat McGrath is having a summer Sublime sale. You know how her sales are always like up to 30% off? You guys, this one's up to 40% off. So I don't know what's going on, except go get you a mothership if you need one. Let me bring you in. I don't think that the new blushes were on sale, but you can use Kinky Sweat's code, Alicia20, I think is the code. I'll link it down below. I'm also going to leave a list of my favorite Pat McGrath products. And I'm also going to leave a couple of videos where I do swatch videos, ranking videos, so that you guys can see if you're still building up your mothership collection. You can check that out. But yeah, so I feel pretty good because like I said, I just got all done and showered. After doing this little workout, I'm really trying, guys. I've been on this journey for, I would say, almost a year where I'm really trying to get healthier, get my weight down to a healthy, normal level. I'm 42 and I just feel like, you know, I want to focus on living the longest life that I can. So, of course, that's going to mean a healthier lifestyle. I feel like for people that have been with me since I started my channel in 2020, you guys know, like, we used to do these live streams and like drinking was kind of a part of them and, you know, whatever. And I'm not saying I don't drink anymore, but I do try to limit it. I don't buy alcohol for the house anymore to have a glass or two of wine every night because Let's be honest. It was never just a glass or two. And just drinking more water, things like that. But I always try to keep it real because I feel like sometimes people, you start to see them, you know, change their lifestyle up a little bit for the better, or where they're toting like healthy lifestyle. But I don't feel like they always give us the full story. So I did talk to you guys about how I had been taking a medication for, it was more to curb your appetite, and it worked for a little bit, but after a while I really didn't lose that much weight, but then also like it wasn't really working to curb my appetite. All it was really doing for me was giving me energy, which, you know, I have really long days, so sometimes I almost felt like I was addicted to it. So, that's when like the big wave, the Ozempic wave started coming up. I turned down my lights a little bit. I feel like it was too bright in here. But that's when like the whole Ozempic wave started coming up, and you know, everybody was taking it and then everybody was talking about it. I show up to my doctor's office and she looks like a completely different person. I mean, I could tell it was her because her voice sounded the same, but she looks so different. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she was just like, oh, Ozempic. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know about all that. Well, I started researching it, and she said, I can give you a prescription if you want to try it. And she said, but the thing is that a lot of the times the insurance doesn't cover it. So I just wasn't interested. I was like, like, you know, she told me that it would be like a long-term drug, and I just didn't know how I felt about that. But the more I researched, you guys, what I found is that, like, you know, a lot of the times what you will hear from fitness influencers is just, it's a deficit. It's a caloric deficit game. And, you know, you have to be disciplined and you have to do this, you have to do that. Like for almost a year, I would wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock sometimes, and I would do 20-minute full body workouts with weights. I was eating really clean. I was taking the medication, you know, to curb my appetite. I was drinking about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water. I was making sure that my supplements were in order. I mean, I was doing a lot, okay? Nothing was really working that much. And it was like, I even did the intermittent fasting, the very restrictive one where I was fasting like 20 hours and then I would have a 4 hour eating window. You know, I would watch all these videos on YouTube of these women like losing all this weight and how the intermittent fasting even helped regulate their hormones, all kinds of shit. And like none of it was working for me. So I don't know. I just didn't know what else I could do, you know? So I finally go back to the doctor and I say, okay, why don't you give me the prescription for this Ozempic medication, right? I still was nervous about the long-term commitment because it's a long-term use drug, but essentially what it's supposed to do, it keeps the food in it digests your food a lot slower so that you're not hungry as often. But the problem with me is I'm not like a big eater. I'm not eating all the time. I'm not snacking. I'm not a snacker. When I eat, it's pretty easy for me to eat the right foods. I really felt like alcohol was a big part of that because that's full of calories, you know? I don't know what I want to do. What do I want to do? Do I want to do something unicorny? I'm going to go with this one here. You know, for me, it was more about like the movement, like I had to move, but then also I think cortisol had a big part of it. Like I try not to make excuses, but I have been through a lot of stress in the last couple years. And then I thought for sure it's my hormones. It has to be something that I can't see because nothing's working. They checked my thyroid, everything was perfect. I thought, let's go ahead and try it. Well, I didn't do the Ozempic because the insurance wouldn't cover that. So what I ended up doing is there's like a generic compound version of it that has semaglutide in it along with L-carnitine, I think is my compound. There was other medical reasons why the doctor thought it might be a good idea for me. Like, for instance, you know, my weight is higher than it should be. My dad had diabetes. We have a propensity to that, or that's what people say. I don't know. Some people say it skips a generation. Who knows? Anyway, So there was reason why we wanted to get that started. Once I got my prescription, I'm going to go in with the gold. Once I got the prescription, I just let it sit in my fridge for like a week. I was so nervous because once I got started, I knew I had to be on it long term. And then I was scared of like the side effects, you know, nausea, vomiting is one of the more common ones. And I don't have a weak stomach. I don't throw up a lot ever, but that makes me really like scared and nervous. I don't want to be nauseous. So I haven't really had any bad side effects or anything like that. I've been on it for 4 weeks and I noticed that I haven't lost a ton of weight. It's been about 4.5 pounds, but my frame just looks smaller, feels smaller. The one thing that was kind of weird, because they said like, you don't sit and obsess over food or whatever. All I wanted the first 4 weeks were just like fruits and vegetables and sweets, like big time sweets. I wanted chocolate cake. I wanted donuts. I wanted all the bad stuff, which I normally don't crave. Like I don't have as big of a sweet tooth as I used to. So I thought it was kind of weird. And then my sister said, well, maybe it's because it's like lowering or making you more susceptible to like, or not susceptible, but like lowering your blood sugar. I don't know. I don't really know if that's accurate or factual, but I just know that all I wanted were sweets all the time. That's kind of tapered off, so I don't feel like I need sweets all the time anymore. And then what I've started doing is I have started trying to exercise. Sometimes it's just walking on the treadmill and going in the sauna, you know, for 20 minutes. And then I do a little bit of weights. And then I've started training with my husband. He's a boxing coach. So that's what I'm doing. That's really freaking pretty. Look how smoky and ooh, I really like this look. Anytime I open this palette, I'm always looking at like these unicorn shades right here, which are the special shades. And like, don't get me wrong, they're just gorgeous. But that's all I ever think of Utopian Dream for, when in reality, oh wait, these are so pretty though. Should I put that angelic shade on top? Nah, I think it's pretty, but that's what I think of when I think Utopian Dream. But this is like a really smoky, bronzy look. I love it. So I couldn't find my Pat McGrath black eyeliner. I found this one. This is the coffee one, or Blitz Brown. I'll tell you what, you guys, like when I started my channel in 2020, I really didn't have a large collection. I didn't even try Pat McGrath until I was on my channel. And some of my stuff is getting old because I have so much makeup. I just grew my collection so quickly that you know, I only have one face, so it's not like I could use this stuff. But I tried to use the black one, the black eyeliner, and it was so dry. It just kept cracking off when I try to use it. I don't know if that's what's going to happen with this one, but I need to like get another one because that Pat McGrath black one was the only black pencil I had. Actually, that's not true. I have Glosses, but I really need to do a declutter video. But I started a palette declutter video like in December, and it was really good. Like I was just talking through every palette and stuff, and I never edited the video, you guys. It's like I have a mental block, and everybody tells me they want to see a declutter video, and everybody that's on YouTube is like, do it, do it. They do so well on YouTube, you know, for views. I literally cannot make myself. I've edited most of that video and I just can't get through it. And I don't understand like what my mental block is. Like I really don't get it. But that actually worked out pretty good. So, okay, I need to like, and it's small. I mean, I've used it. I need to use it more so it doesn't go bad. Okay, the other day I filmed a foundation sample TikTok. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I have it here. And I've never used the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, even though I have oily skin. I I didn't think I had tried it, but I did try it once in California, but my skin was normal and it was just way too dry and way too cakey for me. But here I got it, you guys, and I'll just tell you guys, I absolutely love it. I have to go get the full size because it looked just like skin. All the pretty things that people have said about this foundation is true, at least on my oily skin, which wasn't the case when I didn't have oily skin. So just FYI. I do like their sheer double wear foundation also, but anyway, so about this whole weight loss thing, that's what I'm doing. I just wanted to share with you guys. I haven't had any major symptoms or anything like that. I feel the need to be like very transparent because I feel like a lot of people, especially in like fitness, aren't. So I don't know. Sometimes it's like you see these really amazing transformation TikToks of people that have lost 100 pounds, whatever, but you're always just kind of left with, but like, what did they do and what worked? And, you know, there's this girl that I follow now. Her name's Birdie or Bird, Fitness Bird or something. I'll link her Instagram down below. She just did a TikTok or like an Instagram post recently where she talked about like all the things she was doing. And I think that that's the part that's missing is like people don't understand like when you have a transformation in your health and in your body like that, there's a lot of stuff that you're doing. And she says it straight up. She's like, I hired a trainer and a nutritionist because she's like, I don't care what anybody says. You just can't do it on your own. And I really love that she said that because it's like, yeah, not as easy as it looks, you know, especially as you get older, like your body type changes and you just require more, you know? Okay, so I don't know if I just didn't know how to do my foundation when I was in California, but this foundation is absolutely gorgeous. I have to have the full size. I have to. And I've been trying to talk myself off the ledge of this Camellia Skin Enhancer by Chanel. It just was released. And I want it because I love the Chanel foundation. The Chanel Camellia foundation is like one of my holy grails. Even though I have oily skin, like I just love it so much. But every time I'm about to check out, they keep saying like, oh yeah, it's beautiful on my normal dry skin. Or it's really hydrating. And it's like, ugh, girl, that's the last thing I need to hear during Texas summers, okay? So I think I should be smart and save my $60, but I really want it because I really love the foundation. So I don't know. I might just wait until winter. So I was watching this video with Raw Beauty Christy, and she was talking about how, I don't know, some beauty community drama or whatever, and then she said, as she was talking about that, she mentioned how like a few years ago, so this would have made it 2020, 2021, you know, you used to get like a new product and then as soon as you uploaded your video, I mean, everybody would just blow up your video. Everybody was interested in that new product, you know, whatever. Now that that's just not the case, that through this drama and everything, people just ruin the beauty community. And you know, I would say there's different levels to the beauty community. Some are going to be more applicable to the larger creators where there's definitely a space that's mostly small creators in the indie space or small luxury creators, you know. So it just depends. But I think in general, I've seen that. Like I've seen people rush to go upload videos on a new product and it just doesn't get the views that it used to. I just feel like for me, it was personal, but then I started thinking like maybe that's what happened with most people. Like with us, we were hit really hard by COVID, as most of you know. And so that was like a big reason why my spending had to subside just a little bit. But it makes me think like what happened to people that didn't go through what we went through and they're also not buying as much makeup or as interested in the new releases. I think that it's just like COVID caught up to everybody, you guys, or, you know, in one way or another. Maybe some people just weren't making the same amount of money as they were previous to the pandemic. But then also like, you know, we were all stuck at home, bored, finding something to do, and then reality comes back and we have to go back into the office, and so we just don't have as much time or as much disposable income, you know, to spend on makeup. So like naturally some of that interest goes away because a lot of people are like that. If they're not shopping, they don't want to see it you know, in video. That's how I am. So whatever the reason was, I just feel like, is the beauty community dead? No. Maybe it just goes in waves. Or maybe it just changes and it evolves, you know, just like everything in life. I mean, even just the magic or the allure of Pat McGrath, for instance, people would just like crash her site when she was having a new release. I feel like it started with Divine Rose 1, as far as I know. But now, you know, look, we're talking about her palette today because there's a 40% off sale. So why would I buy something full price? Like, especially these, the newest thing I was interested in was these blushes, but I wasn't going to pay full price for them anymore because I knew that there'd be a sale coming soon enough. There's not a real demand for beauty reviews on new products, you know, and getting them uploaded right away. So why would I pay full price, you know? That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. I feel like in a way the beauty community has, not beauty community, but like new releases, the hype has died down just a little bit. Oh my God, you guys. I'm not going to put foundation on my neck. It's a little red if you can tell. I have a little bit of irritation there, but this foundation is gorgeous, gorgeous. Going in with my NARS cream bronzer first and my Sonia G sheer buffer. This brush is so good. I will tell you that I don't normally do too many cream products, especially during the summer because I do have an oily skin type. But this shears it out in such a way that it's so, I mean, it's like the shorter bristles buffs it into the skin. The longer bristles makes it sheer. So it doesn't, like, the emollient product doesn't stay on top of the skin. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but it doesn't stay on the skin or stay on top. It like really buffs it in. So even though it's a cream product and I have oily skin type, it's still, I can use them and it's going to be just a sheer wash and it's going to be built into the skin very nicely. Oh, I love it. Really, really love this brush. I need to get another one. I did recently film 2 TikToks or reels with my favorite brushes for eye looks and for face or base products. So definitely go check that out on TikTok and Instagram. To set this, going in with my LYS cream blush, not only to show you, but because they are my everyday, especially the bronzers. The Pat McGrath bronzers were like a 10 for me. Did you guys try those bronzers? I love them, love them. When I see people that don't give it the best review, I'm like, what are you guys high on? These are so good. So initially I thought that this bronzer shade, this one is Nude Honey, was too light for me. And it's really not. It's not a gel to powder formula, you guys, but it's like not one of those that kicks up a lot of powder or anything. And then it looks so natural on the skin, which I absolutely love. It gives it just the right amount of warmth. Ooh, I love it. And it makes the skin look like skin. It doesn't make it look any thicker or cakier in that area. The crown embossing is almost gone from this one because I use it, I'm telling you, like almost every day. I've been doing this lately and I like it. I can't leave it on too long because then it's hard to buff the line away, but it's a good way to clean up your bronzer or blush. Any powder will do. I'm using the Essence 16-Hour Foundation Powder. Here are the 3 shades of bronzer. This is the one I used. This one's Bronze Dawn, or Nude Honey, I'm sorry. Nude Honey. So that's why I thought it was too light for me initially, but it's really not. And then I have Bronze Dawn, which I thought would be my everyday. And it is. It's a good color for my everyday, but it's a little warmer or more, I don't know. It has more of a reddish undertone. So there is Bronze Dawn, which is also really pretty. And then the warmest one I have, the deepest one I have is Bronze Nirvana. So that's what it looks like there. So they're all different. They're all a really good shade for me. But I feel like the last shade is one that I would use more If I wanted that really super bronzy J-Lo glow, that's the one I would use, but those are it there. All three of those will work. For reference, my foundation is Light Medium 14 with Pat McGrath's foundation shade, which is also a beautiful foundation. Okay, and I swatched the blushes for you so you could see. The very lightest one there is Desert Orchid, and it's a very nude, natural blush. I'm going to use that today so that you can see what it looks like. So pretty. And then the next one that I have, which is my everyday pink blush, is the shade Cherish. And that's the second one from the bottom up. That's Cherish. And again, it's like a bubblegum pink. Really, really beautiful. Then I have a poppier pink. This one's Love Struck, and I love it. That's the middle one there. It's got a little bit of like blue or purple undertones. Really, really beautiful for the winter. I love that shade so much. And then I have this one, which I'm also going to do a combination of Desert Orchid and Electric Bloom. This one looks crazy in the pan, crazy there, but it's so pretty, you guys. It reminds me of the shade in Utopian Dream, the palette we just used. And then the last one that I have is Paradise Venus. It looks kind of scary and it's too dark, but in the winter, again, it's such a beautiful shade. And I usually do pair that one with the Desert Orchid as well. I'll do like a little ombre effect, but really, really pretty. Yeah, some of my favorite blushes, like my Pat McGrath bronzers. I have stuff in like totes and like little cutouts and cabinets and stuff, but my Pat McGrath bronzers and blushes, they all stay stacked right here next to me here in this little table that I have here. But that's where they stay. So anyway, just to let you guys know, I'm going to get rid of this line real quick before I do the blush. Sometimes it's hard to buff away if I leave it on too long. Do you see how nice it cleaned that up though? I love doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a combination of Desert Orchid, which is this really light, pretty shade. I'm going to use my Inoshigi Pro. And it's a really light color, but there is like a little bit of a rosiness to it, like a vintage rose. You see how pretty that looks? So blurring on the skin, and I love it. Really, really love this blush. There's also like a nice little sheen. I don't think you can see that on camera, but it's like a satin blush, so there's a little sheen to it if you like that. And then I'm going to use Electric Bloom in the back. So pretty. I'll use the same brush. I'm just going to go in really lightly, kind of tap off some of it, and then just start from the back. Anytime I have blushes that are a little intimidating, I go in the back first to see I can diffuse a little bit, and then also to see what it's going to do, but that looks really nice. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I'm going to put my powder on a little bit longer. I feel like it could be cleaned up a little bit more. You guys, this primer might be my thing, okay? It might be my thing. This thing is looking really pretty. We'll see. I'm going to leave a pinned comment down below so you can see how the foundation and this primer wore. I know the foundation wears perfect because I've been using it for a couple days, but we'll see how it worked with the primer, okay? So I use this Dior Universal palette every single day. Even if I'm not using it as a highlighter, it's always my inner corner highlight no matter what. I think I want to use the pink one. I always use only the white and the gold one at the top. And sometimes if I'm like during the winter, I'll use this one as a bronzer because it is pigmented, but it's a little glowy. I don't like to do that during the summer, but today I want to use the pink one. Let me swatch it. It's such a beautiful formula, you guys. I just feel like Dior with their face powders, they just can't do wrong. No wrong. Look at that. Look at the sheen. It's so pretty. So I'm going to use my Detail Pro by Sonia G. Look at that. I love it. I love it. The skin looks so healthy and glowy. Look at how pretty. And it looks like so sheeny, but it doesn't enhance texture, which is what I love. which is why I always, not in a mean way, but that's why I always kind of shit on the Rare Beauty one, because it creates texture that's not even there. And this is like so luminizing, but it's so blurring. Ugh, love it. I've been using this setting spray a lot, the Milk Makeup Mattifying Pore Minimizing Primer. It's okay. Honestly, it's not going to compare to my Charlotte Tilbury, except I heard that the Cali Ray one is really good, that it kind of knocked Charlotte Tilbury off first place. But the people I've heard this from have dry skin. I have oily skin, so I don't know. I might give it a try. If you have oily skin and you've tried the Cali Ray, please let me know below, because I kind of want to try it. I kind of feel like I'm going to like it, but who knows? Okay, guys, so here's the finished look. Oh my God, I love how it turned out. I think I'm getting into my pink phase again. This is so, so pretty. I love, love, love this palette. I think I am going to recreate this look again this week and do it for TikTok, because it's so pretty. It was so easy. We just kind of used 2 or 3 shades, 4 shades actually. But I'll tell you real quick, my favorite lip combo. This is the Anastasia Warm Taupe. I really like the Cool Brown too, which kind of gets a little more hype, but this one's a little more like chola brown for me, you know, if I want to do like a darker line around the lips. Whereas this one's a little bit warmer, a little bit lighter, and just really pretty. And then this one is the ColourPop. I need to get another one. It's ColourPop in the shade Bumble, which gives it that pinky look. So beautiful. Let me just swatch them for you really quick. So this is the Warm Taupe, and it's really just a perfect nude for me. So that's the Warm Taupe there. This is ABH. And then I have my look. It just like pops up all the way now. It's loose in there. This one's the shade Bumble. And again, this is a lippy or a lip liner from ColourPop. So those are the 2 lip liners I have. And then I used this new YSL Candy Glaze in the shade Showcasing Nude. It's kind of like the Makeup by Mario / Pat McGrath lip balms. So that's what I'm getting. What I like is it's a little bit thicker. You get the shine, but it hangs out for a couple of hours. But because it's thicker in formula, even though it kind of melts like the Makeup by Mario lip balm, it doesn't bleed everywhere. It doesn't start to make your lips like, I don't know how some of it will bleed and make the color come out of your lips. This one doesn't do that. And I am obsessed with this combo right now. I think I did see that the ColourPop lip liners they're normally $7, but they're on sale for $4.90. So I think I'm going to get a couple because I really love that pink. I use it all the time. But that's what I have on my lips. I will link the mascaras down below, but if you've been watching me for a while, you know I have a ridiculous mascara combo that I use. But yeah, what'd you guys think? I hope you guys had fun listening to my Get Ready With Me. I felt like talking to somebody, and I feel like you guys feel me, you know? And let me know if you have any questions about the weight loss stuff. I didn't really get into detail, but I did a lot of research on the semaglutide that I'm taking. And so if you have any questions, let me know. And I can also do like a dedicated video to that if you guys want. But yeah, this is the final look. And I don't know, I just had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun filming a video that didn't have an agenda, didn't have like a product I was showcasing. I just wanted to talk to you guys. So if you guys are into this, let me know. These are a little bit easier for me to film and edit. So anyway, hope you guys have an amazing week. I am filming this 4th of July, so I hope you had a good holiday. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye!